Hello and welcome to Just One More Watch. Welcome today to the review of a real unicorn. A watch by a micro brand that you can buy for less than $50 that may well be the most fun you can have at that price point. I've been on a bit of a mission recently to find a decent micro brand digital watch. The Autodromo Group B was not the watch I was looking for. Massively overpriced and massively underwhelming. The RZE UDT 8000 was much better, partly because it was much cheaper and partly because it was just much better, but it still really struggled when you compare it to the benchmark. The inevitable comparison that every single other digital watch must endure when you compare it to a Casio. Casio have been making digital watches now for 50 years. Nobody does it better than them, which is why it's so hard to compete with them. Plus, digital watches are often infused with a layer of nostalgia. They remind us of simpler times. Casio knows this fine well and exploits it with endless reissues of their back catalogue. But there is one small American brand that has managed miraculously to out Casio. The brand is Far & Sweat and the watch is their mixtape. The genius of Far & Sweat is in combining a simple, affordable digital watch with another iconic piece of nostalgia from the 80s and the 90s, that being the mixtape, a thoughtful and effortful compilation often made as a gift, a unique expression of self that has unfortunately got rather lost in the move to digital streaming. So double nostalgia then, or perhaps nostalgia squared? Far & Sweat could have been excused of cranking the price up on these ones, trying to squeeze a few extra dollars out of their cashed up target market, but they haven't. These are priced at $35 US, and I just bought one. Let's flip the camera and have a look at it. Finally, Jody, a watch. About time. To be honest though, the review today is going to be about as long as the intro today. It is a very, very simple watch, but check the packaging. It looks for all the world from this angle like it is a cassette tape from the 1980s, specifically from the summer of 1985. They have done this so well, they really have. Check it out there, Far & Sweat Watches mixtape. Now there are several of these available for purchase. There are a bunch of different colours available, there are even 2 different sizes available, all from the Far & Sweat website, none of them costing more than $39.99. Accessories, you can buy a new strap for your mixtape for $8. They are clearly not taking the mickey with the prices with these ones, are they? I bought mine directly from Adam, the brand owner, at Wind Up New York last week. He was there with his dad, Tom. His dad was an absolute riot. More brand owners should bring their fathers with them to watch fairs, honestly. The 2 of them came to the Erebus get-together on the Friday night. They were great value. I was delighted to meet them in person and buy one of their watches. So let's have a look at what you get inside the packaging then. As I said in the intro, I think Far & Sweat managed to out Casio here, which is really a remarkable thing to do. There is a little instruction manual, not that you really need it. Most of these digital modules are self-explanatory. There is a sticker, a Far & Sweat mixtape sticker. How fantastic is that? And there is a pretty basic digital watch. Look, I'm not suggesting that they're paying $20 cost for these things, but when they're selling them for $35 US, that's not too bad at all, is it? And there you are, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Far & Sweat Mixtape Volume 2. We even get a little bit of a sticker to peel on the back here. There you go, retro digital, 5 atmospheres water resistance, 50 meters water resistance, so it is marginally more water resistant than a basic F91. CR2016 battery, screw those 4 screws off, pop your battery in every couple of years, job's a good un. What does it do? Not a lot. Mode down here, 1 press for a single alarm, 1 press for a stopwatch, 1 press for time set, back to the home time. 1 push in the top left corner there, and there is an electroluminescent backlight. 1 push of the bottom right corner here, and it flips it between 12 and 24-hour time. That's your lot, folks. I don't think I'm doing this watch a disservice by calling it a novelty item. I think that is exactly the point. Let's do dimensions and specifications because I always do dimensions and specifications. 34mm across the middle, 9mm thick with a lug-to-lug of a whopping 38.5mm. Lug width is 18mm, weight as supplied here 25 grams only. I think this might be the lightest watch I have ever reviewed. That is a piece of acrylic crystal, so Polywatch will keep it in good condition. 50 meters of water resistance as discussed, and I'm not going to take the back off this one. Let's call it an unknown digital module. These specifications are immaterial today. It is all about the fun, this one, isn't it? I'm not averse to wearing this small size of digital watch. I've owned plenty of Casios this size over the years, and I do really mean over the years. I think this would be a cracking gift for someone who did indeed make mixtapes in 1985, the summer of, or perhaps someone who's never seen a cassette before and who would just appreciate a really small, cute little starter digital watch like this one. They also do a negative display version. They do one with a crystal strap. They do one with an orange case. There are a whole bunch of different colours, as you saw. I went for the positive display because I just can't do those negative displays anymore. They're just not easy to read at all. So that's it. I did say it wasn't going to be a particularly long review today, so congratulations to Adam at Far and Swift for doing something that I didn't think was possible for a brand to take on Casio at their own game and to win, frankly. This is so much cheaper than any of Casio's retro reissues, and it's got a charm all of its own. Congratulations. Having said that, if you didn't fancy this one, then why not check out a couple of Casio's retro reissues while you're here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.